Chairs Kincaid and User, it looks like we have all of DRB present and one CHB or Cultural Heritage Board member will be joining very shortly. So we do have a quorum.
Ready to begin?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I'd like to call to order the City of Santa Rosa Design Review Board and Cultural Heritage Board special meeting noticed and agendized for today, October 15th, 2020. And before we get into the agenda, I'll go ahead and recognize why we are here in this format. So due to the provisions of the Governor's Executive Orders N-25-20 and N-29-20, which suspend certain requirements of the Brown Act and the order of the Health Officer of the County of Sonoma to shelter in place to minimize the spread of COVID-19, the Design Review Board and Cultural Heritage Board members will be participating via Zoom webinar. The public can follow along and participate in the Zoom webinar. They were also given opportunities to provide public comment into record prior to the meeting and via email and voicemail, deadlines as set forth in the public notice. So with that, Patty, may I have a roll call, please?
Let the record reflect that all members of the Design Review Board are present and all members of the Cultural Heritage Board are present except for Board Member DeBacher.
Okay, thank you, Patty. So we've got, that takes us to item number 2, approval of the minutes. We have 3 sets of minutes. We'll take them one by one. Item number 2.1 is the Design Review Board meeting of September 17th. Do any members of the Design Review Board have any comments or corrections to those minutes from September 7th? Not seeing anybody on my screen, so we'll go ahead and record those into the record as written. Item number 2.2 is Cultural Heritage Board meeting of August 5th, 2020. Cultural Heritage Board members, any of you have any comments or changes for those minutes?
None.
None.
Okay. Seeing no one come forth, we'll go ahead and put those into record. Item 2.3 was a joint meeting, Design Review Board and Cultural Heritage Board on September 16th, 2020. Let's start with Design Review Board. Any members have any corrections or comments to those minutes? Okay, and Cultural Heritage Board, any board members have any comments or corrections to those minutes?
None.
None.
Okay, we'll go ahead and put those into record as well. And that concludes item number 2. So before we hit item number 3, I'd like to reorganize the agenda. So I would like to move item number 7, board member reports, and item number 8, department reports ahead of item number 3. And in doing so, I'd like to get concurrence from Cultural Heritage Board Muser. You concur with those changes, Chair Muser?
I concur with those changes. Thank you,
Great.
Chair.
Thank you. So we'll go ahead and start out with item number 7, board member reports, starting with Design Review Board. Do the Design Review Board members have any board member reports?
None from me.
Okay, seeing none, we'll go ahead and move to the Cultural Heritage Board. Do any Cultural Heritage Board members have any board member reports to share?
Nope. No.
Okay. Doesn't sound like we have any board member reports, so we will go ahead and move on to item number 8, department reports, and I will turn it over to our interim deputy director, Bill Rose. for department reports.
Thank you, Chair Kincaid and Chair Muser and members of both boards. So one of the reasons we asked to rearrange the agenda is because staff is recommending a continuance for tonight's meeting. And the reason is because we have a lack of a quorum. So several members of the CHB will be abstaining because of their location within the boundaries of the station area plan, and we lose the quorum. We had first thought we'll just simply continue it to another date, and then we'll have a quorum and we will be able to move forward, but we essentially would be in the same situation. And so we then went into kind of the next option. We started to evaluate options we have, and we do have an option. And what that is it's a straw drawing or a kind of a name out of a hat method, where when you have a lack of a quorum, we can select members randomly, and then those members that would otherwise be abstaining will be allowed to actually hear and then vote on the item. So the staff recommendation is that we do this next week. It would be a special meeting on Wednesday night. We've confirmed we have the council chamber available. The council chamber needs to be available, obviously not for the members, but our administrative staff, actually, they are in the council chambers. They need to be there to conduct this meeting. So we have a location available for them to do that. I think you all hopefully have received our query to see if you're available for that evening, and I hope you are. If we do that, we don't have to renotice. We can simply do it tonight. It would be a motion by both boards. So a motion and a second by the DRB, motion and a second by the CHB, a vote by each board to simply continue this meeting to next week. What it means is we will need 2 members of the CHB to be selected randomly and then be ready to sit and then hear and act on that item. There is then a potential that one of the members would not be selected. But we wanted to do that to give everybody that would tonight otherwise be abstaining full opportunity to prepare if they hadn't. And we want to do the selection at next week's meeting in case anything changes between now and then and we're able to get the quorum back. So I think that's the background. In a nutshell, recommending continuance to Wednesday of next week, where we'll do the selection, the random selection. So any questions?
Actually, Bill, I've got a question.
Okay.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Drew.
So I had emailed Patty. I have a potential conflict next week. So could I go ahead and email my comments, concerns, or whatever to Chair Kincaid and have them read at that meeting, since I'll be absent due to a conflict?
So we'll double check that and get back to you. I believe there's a mechanism to do it. It might be as a member of the public versus a member of the board, but let us research that and confirm that, and we'll get back to you.
Any other questions for Bill Rose?
Bill, that meeting would be at 5 o'clock also?
Yes, that's correct. As a downtown item for the design review cultural heritage board, we hold these at or after 5, so we'll start right at 5 o'clock that night.
I think board member McHugh had some comments. He was on mute. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
I'm sorry. I just want to understand what we're going to do on Wednesday. I've not run across this, so I'd just like to understand a little better.
So what will happen is we first have to get the quorum. So the lack of the quorum is originating with the Cultural Heritage Board. Right now, as it stands, we would only have 2 board members available to hear and act on the item. So we will need at least 2 more. And so we'll go through the list of those members that would otherwise be abstaining. We will randomly select them until we get to 4. And then it'll be conducted just like a regular meeting. So you'll hear a staff presentation, you'll hear public comments, you'll be able to ask questions of staff about the item, and then you'll go into your deliberation and you'll vote just like it's a joint meeting.
All right, thank you.
And before we move forward, because I think the next step would obviously be a vote to continue. As part of department reports, I think Susie may have had one thing that she would like to remind everyone. So if the chairs don't mind, I'd like to turn it over to Susie for a moment.
Please do so.
Thanks much, Bill. So this is my bi-monthly NAG. I've been promoted. I'm now board liaison and board NAG. If you could all please turn on your computers and read your emails. We're getting real close to this hump being over, and we won't be having so many joint meetings, but it will make it so much easier if y'all just read your emails maybe twice a week. I'd be gleeful for. Anyways, thank you very much, and thank you for your flexibility for changing nights for the meeting. Much appreciated.
And Chair Kincaid, regarding Board Member Weigel's question, I'm getting confirmation. Yes, Chair Kincaid can read aloud comments from an absent board member. So there you go.
I'll look forward to receiving those. So thanks for the explanation, Bill, much appreciated. Thanks, Susie, for the reminders to check emails. So at this time, I would like to entertain a motion and a second for a continuance of the remainder of this meeting and agenda to Wednesday, October 15th at or later than 5 p.m. by the Design Review Board.
Chair, I'd like to make a motion to continue the joint Cultural Heritage and Design Review meeting to a date certain at 5 o'clock on October 21st next week.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Got a motion and a second. Do I have any discussion? Okay. Patty, may I have a roll call, please?
Okay, and I made a mistake at roll call. I thought board member Sharon was here, and he's not here tonight. So
He's here.
Oh, he is here now. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. I thought he was going.
Center of my screen.
Okay, so I'm just going to go down the list in the order I have it written. It's been kind of a fast-moving evening. Board member Wicks.
Aye.
Board member Cordenbrock.
Aye.
Vice Chair Hedgepeth.
Aye.
Board member Weigel.
Aye.
Board member Sharon.
Aye.
Chair Kincaid.
Aye. Okay, so we've done our part as the Design Review Board. I'll go ahead and hand it over to Chair Moser, and you can go ahead and take care of the CHB.
Thank you, Chair Kincaid. Members of the Cultural Heritage Board, can we get a motion and a second for continuing tonight's agenda item to next Wednesday, the 21st at 5 o'clock?
I move that we continue this until next Wednesday at 5 o'clock.
I'll second.
Okay, thank you very much. And can we get a roll call vote, please?
Okay, board member Groninga.
You're on mute.
Yes.
Board member McHugh.
Aye.
Vice Chair Fennell.
Aye.
Board member Garrett.
Aye.
Chair Muser.
Aye. And back to you, Chair Kincaid.
And thank you, Chair Muser. So with that, just wanted to extend our thanks for your flexibility and understanding, and for the hard work of staff to figure out a way to get things moving forward, albeit next week. So with that, we will go ahead and adjourn. And see you next week.